Best morning! I'm back. So, welcome to our general mathematics class. This is a core subject, and that means kung core subject tanan niya senior high school learner, may subject nga general mathematics. So, basically, this subject is algebra, so very similar to your junior high school math. Okay? All right, so let's start. Let's begin with quarter 1, week 1A. Okay. Sige, so dapat nakaptan nyo na ang inyong MathPACKS for General Mathematics. First page, quarter 1, week 1A. Okay, so our competency for today is to represent real-life situations using functions, which includes piecewise functions. So, medyo damo kita sari-sari nga functions, diba? So, sa junior high school ka mo, may mga quadratic functions, linear functions. So, i-upgrade na to na gamay, dugangan ta, i-include na to ang piecewise functions. Okay? Sige. Now, let's start with the basic concept of functions. But before we proceed to that, let us recognize first and thank our writer for week 1A, Sir JOHNLEX DIVINAGRACIA. Sir, thank you very much for creating this MathPACK quarter 1, week 1. Our layout artist, the president of the Division of Iloilo Teachers Association, Mathematics Teachers Association, Ma'am KRISHEA JARUDA, and of course, thank you also to our Education Program Supervisor in Mathematics, Dr. Kim ARCEñ. Okay? Sige. So, like what I said, let's begin our concept with basic functions. Okay. A function is actually a relation. Okay, move natin yan konti para makita natin ang text. Okay? A function is actually a relation. So sabi niya, it is a relation. In fact, it is a binary relation. Bakit naman binary? Siyempre, pag relationship, dapat may partner, di ba? So, paano ka magkakaroon ng relationship pag wala kang kapares? Okay? Kaya binary, bi meaning dalawa. So, a relation is any set of one or more ordered pairs. Pag sinabing ordered pairs, so if you would recall, yung ordered pairs natin, yung may mga, oops, bakit ako nawawala? Yung green screen ko hindi kita. Ayun, okay. So, dapat, pag ordered pairs, yung may numbers, may parentheses, yung, ayaw mag-cooperate ng whiteboard pen ko. Wait lang, change tayo ng whiteboard pen. So, pag sinabing ordered pair, remember nyo yung may numbers like 1, 1. Yan. So, this is an ordered pair. So, pag marami, set of ordered pairs. So, relation is any set of one or more ordered pairs. Okay? So, it's a relation between these numbers, 1, 1. So, pag madami, isang set na siya, 0, 2. Yan. So, this is a relation between 2 and 0. Okay? So, relation. Okay, let's talk more about relation. Pag sinabing relation, pwede ding rule. Bakit 1 tapos 1 yung partner? 2, 0 tapos 2 yung partner. So, merong rule doon. It could be a rule that relates the domain, meaning the input, the set of all first coordinates or your input, that's domain, in relation to range, range meaning the set of all second coordinates or the output. Okay, so input is the first coordinate, output is the second coordinate. So, sino ang nagbibigay ng input? Paano nakukuha yung output? So, merong rule doon. So, yung rule is a relation. A relation can also be a rule that relates the set of domain to the set of range. Okay? So, pwedeng ganun yung relation. Now, pag sinabing ordered pair, it consists of two values, two components. Your x component, your input, or your x coordinate, then your y component, which is the y coordinate, or your output. These x and y values are any number. Any number. Okay? Number siya. So, pwedeng positive, pwedeng negative, pwedeng fraction, real number, any number. Okay? Now, pag sinabing relation, iba't ibang klase yan. Iba't ibang klase. So, merong one-to-one relation, merong one-to-many, meron ding many to one. Okay? So, sa tatlong relation na yan, hindi lahat function. Hindi lahat function. So, again, ang relation, tatlong klase. Merong one-to-one relation, one-to-one relation, merong one-to-many, meaning one-to-many relation, merong many-to-one relation. Okay? So, sa tatlong klaseng relation na to, hindi lahat function. Sige, hulaan nyo. Sa tatlong relation, sino ang function? Sino ang hindi function? Diba? Relation. Anong relation ang hindi magfa-function? Anong relation ang hindi magfa-function? Palagay nyo, saan? Sige. Para malaman ang sagot, basahin ang definition ng function. Okay? Pag sinabing function, it is a special type of relation where each element in the domain is paired to the range only once by some rule. Again, a function is a special type of relation where each element in the domain, meaning your input, is paired to your output only once. So, yung relation natin is 1 to 1. Ang input is paired with only one output. So, pag 1 to 1 relation, it is a function. Siyempre, kayong dalawa lang. 1 to 1. Siya at ikaw at siya. So, siyempre, yung relation, magfa-function. Diba? Math ho yung dinidiscuss natin na math. Sige. How about yung dalawa? 1 to many? Function ba or hindi? Again, pag sinabing function, a relation where the domain is paired to the range only once. So, 1 to many. 1 is your input, many outputs. Magfa-function ba ikaw tsaka maraming outputs? Siyempre hindi. So one-to-many type of relation is not a function. Ikaw tsaka marami, hindi talaga magfa-function yung relation, di ba? Okay, how about many to one? Again, function is a relation where each element, each input, many input, is paired with only one output. So, each input, kahit maraming input, pero isa lang yung output, magfa-function pa rin. Okay? So, many to one relation is also a function. Okay? So, kaya sinabi dito, all functions are relations kasi one-to-one relation and many-to-one relation is a function. Pero, ang one-to-many relation ay hindi function. Kaya, all functions are relations but not all relations are functions. Kasi sa lahat ng relations, dalawa lang ang function. One-to-one and many-to-one. Okay? I hope that's clear. Sige, let's proceed. Now, ang function pwedeng i-represent in many ways. Sandali, nahulog yung takip ng pen ko. Again, so, ang function can be represented in many ways. Pwedeng ordered pair, pwedeng tabular form, pwedeng mapping diagram, pwedeng equation, or pwedeng graph. Okay? Pwedeng graph. Pag sinabing ordered pair, yung ito, yung may parentheses, tapos separated by a comma yung numbers, yung pinakita ko kanina. So, ordered pair. So, the ordered pair 2, 3. Yan. So, pwedeng ordered pair yung pag-represent mo ng function. Pwedeng tabular form. So, yung x, tapos yung y sa baba. Okay? So, yung x natin, input is 2, y is 3. So, that's your tabular form. Okay? Yung mapping diagram naman, on the other hand, so, kunwari, 2, tapos sa kabila, 3. Yan. So, mapping. So, 1 to 1 mapping. That's your mapping. That's your mapping diagram. Yung equation naman, syempre, yung equation, it will start with y on the left side, and then the function, the rule on the right side. Okay, the rule on the right side. Halimbawa, y equals x squared plus 1. Pwede ding f of x equals 2x minus 3. Yun. So, function yun. Okay? So, a function could be ordered pair, tabular form, mapping diagram, equation. So, equation, a function can be expressed as y equals f of x, where the dependent variable y, or f of x, is written on the left side, and the independent variable x is at the right side of the equation. Left yung y, or f of x, right side naman yung rule. Halimbawa, y equals x squared minus 5x plus 6. Yun. Function yun. Graph, on the other hand, pag graph, syempre, may Cartesian plane. Okay? So, maraming klaseng graphs, di ba? So, paano mo malalaman kung ang graph ay nag-represent ng function? So, may test tayong ginagamit. Ito yung tinatawag na vertical line test. So, through inspection, tingnan mo yung graph. Pag nakapasa sa vertical line test, ibig sabihin, function siya. So, paano gawin? To do this, simply draw a vertical line passing through the graph of the relation in as many possible points of intersection. If the vertical line intersects the graph at exactly one point, then the relation is a function. Otherwise, it is a relation. Okay? Halimbawa. Okay, halimbawa. This is your Cartesian plane. Okay, so this is your Cartesian plane. Ang graph mo ay halimbawa, parabola. Okay? Okay. Sige, parabola. So, ang parabola ba ay nagre-represent ng function? So, to test, gamitin natin ang vertical line test. So, sabi niya, simply draw vertical lines passing through the graph. Okay? So, if we draw imaginary vertical lines on the parabola, tapos, once lang nag-intersect yung vertical lines sa parabola, then, ibig sabihin, yung graph na parabola ay nagre-represent ng function. Okay? So, if we draw vertical lines, di ba? If you draw vertical lines, pag inimagine mo na may vertical lines ka na draw, ilang beses mag-i-intersect yung vertical lines sa parabola na graph. Di ba? Isa lang. There is no vertical line pag na-draw mo on the parabola na mag-i-intersect twice. Walang vertical line na mag-intersect sa parabola more than once. So, pwedeng walang mag-intersect, pero pag nag-intersect siya, once. So, ibig sabihin, this parabola represents a function. Okay? Pero pag ang parabola natin is facing left or right, halimbawa, ganito yung parabola mo, pwedeng ganyan yan eh. Pag nag-draw ka ng vertical line, may portion sa graph na mag-intersect twice. Diba? So, halimbawa, dyan, dito. Yan. So, it will intersect the graph twice. Ibig sabihin, this graph, a parabola facing left or facing right, will not represent a function. Kasi magiging many to one relation siya. Diba, pag sinabing many to one, hindi function. Yung function lang is one to one and many to one. Okay? So, ito is one to many. One to many, I mean. This is a one to many. One input, many outputs. Okay? One lang yung value ni X, pero yung output niya, dalawa. So, hindi siya function. Okay. Sige. So, I hope that's clear. Just message me through Messenger or you can call or text kung hindi clear. Okay? If you have other questions regarding our Gen Math Week 1A. Okay, next. Okay, now, example tayo. The temperature of an object outside the refrigerator X is different from its temperature inside the refrigerator F of X. Okay, so real life situation. Temperature ang pinag-uusapan. So temperature outside the ref is different from the temperature inside the ref. Suppose the function, the rule, f of x equals x squared plus 3x minus 4 represents the temperature of a certain object inside a refrigerator. Express the temperature of the object inside the refrigerator in various forms. Pag sinabing various forms, ito yung ordered pair, tabular form, mapping diagram, graph. Okay? So, ito yung ibig sabihin ng various forms. So, paano i-express ang temperature ng isang bagay sa loob ng refrigerator? For example, our input, the inputs are -1, 1, and 0. So, kung tabular form, ito yung itsura niya. Diba? Inputs are -1, dyan kinuha. Given ang -1, given ang 0, given ang 1. Given siya, okay? So, paano kinuha yung -6, -4, at 0? Dahil input si -1, and ang rule natin is x squared plus 3x minus 4, pag sinabing input, i-substitute mo yung input sa variable x on the rule. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, -1 squared plus 3 times -1 minus 4. So, get your calculator. -1 squared is 1 plus 3 times -1. So, 1 minus 3 is -2 minus 4 becomes -6. Okay? So, the input is -1. Substitute -1. F of -1 equals -1 squared. Negative parentheses, -1, close parentheses, squared. O, ganyan mag-input sa calculator, ha? Plus 3 times -1, close parentheses, minus 4, -6. Okay? So, ito yung input, output. Pag 0, input mo again 0 squared plus 3 times 0 minus 4, -4. Ganun din sa 1. Okay? So, pag tinabular form mo, ito yung itsura niya. Input sa taas, output sa baba. So, yung f of x mo pwedeng y din dyan. X, y sa baba. Okay? Tabular form. Pag ordered pair, pares-pares lang. So, yung input na -1, kaparisan mo ng -6. So, enclose that with parentheses. Dahil marami kang ordered pair, it's a set of ordered pairs, you enclose it with a brace. So, that means it is a set. Pag may brace, that indicates isang set siya, isang group. Okay? So, tabular form, ordered pair, pwede ding equation. Okay? This is our equation. So, given siya. Given siya sa problem. Pwede ding mapping. So, yung tabular form mo, yung input mo, isang map, isang set. So, -1, 0, 1. Tapos, yung output mo naman, another set. Tapos, mapping siya. So, with an arrowhead. So, notice, sa mapping, makikita mo na this is a one-to-one relation. For each input, it is only paired with only one output. One input, one output. One input, another output. So, one-to-one. So, this relation is a function because it is a one-to-one relation. Then, pag nag-graph yung x squared plus 3x minus 4, yung kalalabasan ng graph niya ay isang parabola facing up. So, by inspection, sabi kanina, vertical line test would tell you that a graph represents a function if vertical lines will intersect the graph only once, in at most one time. At most one time. So, pwedeng hindi siya mag-intersect, pero pag nag-intersect siya, only once. So, that means this relation, yung x squared plus 3x minus 4, represented by this parabola facing up, is a function. Okay? I hope that's clear. Now, exercise tayo. So, sa exercise, ito yung given. This is your rule. Ito yung rule. Ito yung given na input. So, ang dapat nyo lang gawin is, i-represent mo itong rule na to, itong function na to, in different forms. So, represent mo siya sa table, represent mo siya sa ordered pair, represent mo siya sa graph, sa mapping. Okay? Ayos ba? Clear ba? Okay. Sige. Tuturuan ko kayo mamaya kung paano mag-graph ng mabilis. Sige, turuan ko kayo ngayon. Okay, so to answer, wait lang. Ayan, okay, yan. Sige. Graph tayo. So, paano i-graph? Ito yung mabilisan na graph. Okay? So, kung meron kayong access to internet, no? Kung may access kayo sa internet, punta kayo sa Google browser nyo, and then, download GeoGebra app. So, punta kayo sa www.geogebra.org. O-R-G. www.geogebra.org. O-R-G. Okay? Then, sundin nyo lang yung process kung paano mag-download doon. Okay? Sige. So, ano nga ulit yung function? Sana yung function? The rule there is, ano ba yung rule doon? X squared plus 2x plus 3. Okay. X squared plus 2x plus 3. So, input ka. Yan, dyan sa baba. X squared plus 2x plus 3. Tapos, enter. Yan. Ayan, yan yung graph. Diba? Mabilis. Ayan na siya. Yan. Diba? Galing, no? So, input mo, x squared. Again, x squared plus 2x plus 3. Yan. Tapos, enter. Siyempre, the same graph lang kasi the same input lang tayo, the same. Di ba? Ito function din, di ba? May input tayo, may input. Ito yung output niya. Di ba? O, function din. Okay? So, kung gusto nyo itong gamitin as your answer, gusto nyo i-print ito, pwede nyo i-screenshot yan sa cellphone nyo, tapos i-copy-paste sa Word, or pwede ding edit, tapos cut, or then copy, pwede ding right-click, yan, ayan dyan, meron dyan dito, ayan, pwedeng i-download, sandali, ayan, pwede mong i-download yung image mismo, okay, sige, balik tayo dun sa lesson. So, yun yung way ng graphing, ha? So, explore nyo lang. Okay, proceed tayo. Okay, so exercise 1 is done. Then, another example. Ito na yung piecewise function. Okay. Pag sinabing piecewise function, these are functions which are defined in different domains since they are determined by several equations. So, malalaman mo na piecewise function ang isang function kasi marami siyang equation. Hindi gaya nito na mag-isa lang siya. Isa lang. Pag piecewise, may kadugtong. Pwedeng dalawa, pwedeng tatlo. And then, it is defined in different domains. Ibig sabihin, per equation, may sarili siyang domain. Halimbawa, ito. Example. A user is charged 2,000 pesos monthly for a mobile plan which includes an iPhone 6s Plus, unlimited, same network texts, 16 gig data allowance monthly, and 100 texts for to other networks. Messages in excess of 100 are charged 1 peso each. Represent the monthly cost for text messaging using the function T of M. So, instead of f of x, pwede mo ding i-represent yung function, or you can name your function with different variables, with different ways. So, T of M, G of X. T meaning text per message. Text, yung function per message, your function T in terms of the number of messages sent, where M is the number of messages sent in a month. Okay? So, a user is charged 2,000 pesos monthly. So, 2,000 pesos every month, may fixed siya na babayaran, which include 16 gig data allowance and 100 text. Okay? So, monthly, may fix siya. Yung babayaran niya is 2,000 pesos. Basta, in a month, yung text messages niya is between walang text messages up to 100 messages. So, from 0 to 100 text messages. So, M meaning number of messages is greater than 0 but less than or equal to 100. Pag ito yung nakita mong inequality, sa gitna ka mag-uumpisang magbasa. So, M meaning number of messages, M is greater than 0. Greater than yung pagbasa kasi sa gitna ako nagumpisa. So, M is greater than 0 but less than or equal to 100. So, pag ito yung domain niya, 2,000 yung babayaran. But, pag nag-excess, messages in excess of 100, pag sumobra ng 100 sa isang buwan yung text messages niya, magbabayad na siya ng piso. Okay? 1 peso each messages. So, ibig sabihin, aside sa 2,000 na babayaran, yung number of messages in excess of 100, in excess meaning minus 100, halimbawa, 150 messages yung na-text niya sa isang buwan. So, yung 100 doon, free. Yung 50, may bayad na piso. So, 150 minus 100, 50 pesos. Ibig sabihin, 2,000 plus 50 pesos is 2,050 pesos yung babayaran niya sa buwan na yon. Kasi, nag-excess siya ng 50 text messages. Halimbawa lang, halimbawa. So, if the number of messages exceeds, meaning greater than 100, may babayaran na siya na piso. Kaya, 1M minus 100. Okay? Pag 2 pesos, 2M. Okay? Gets ba? I hope that's clear. Sige, proceed tayo. Oops. Okay, proceed. Dito. Ngayon, sa exercise. Ito, exercise. So, ito ay gagawan mo ng isang piecewise representation. Cadbury chocolate bar costs 12 pesos per piece. However, if you buy more than 20 pieces, they will be marked down to a price of 10 pesos per piece. Use a piecewise function to represent the cost in terms of number of chocolate bars bought. Okay? So, parang gaya lang nito. Okay? So, gawan mo siya. So, ikaw yung bahala kung, ikaw yung bahala kung anong representation gusto mong gawin. So, kung gusto mo Cadbury C or chocolate C of B or C of P, number of pieces. Kasi kung dito, kanina messages, ito number of bars or pieces of bars. So, pwedeng C of B. Or kung gusto mong simple lang, F of X, ganun din naman yun. So, yung function mo ay yung number of chocolates, yung F is yung number of chocolates, tapos yung X mo is the number of pieces ng chocolate bars. So, Y is the cost. Then, the cost will be dependent on the number of pieces of chocolate bars you buy, di ba? So, pag madaming chocolate bars, ito yung babayaran. Kung 20 pieces lang, 12 pesos. Within 20 pieces, 12 pesos. Halimbawa, 10 binili mo, so 12 pesos times 10 pieces. Pero pag binili mo 25, magiging 10 pesos na lang siya. Okay? And then, dito, Sa numeracy skill, I think sabi ko dito, isa lang yung sasagutan. Pili ka lang ng isa, I think, dito, no? Okay? So, pili ka lang sa dalawa kung saan yung type mo na gawa ng sagot. So, represent the given function, given situation as a function in various forms. So, meaning, various forms, kagaya nito. So, pag itong pinili mo, gawan mo siya ng tabular form, gawan mo siya ng ordered pair, gawan mo siya ng equation, gawan mo siya ng equation, tapos gawan mo siya ng graph, pwede mong gamitin yung GeoGebra, tapos kopyahin mo lang, i-drawing mo lang sa papel mo kung anong binigay na graph sa'yo ng GeoGebra, or then mapping. Okay? So, I hope naging clear yung lesson 1A natin. If you have questions, if ever hindi pa talaga clear, feel free to message me. Okay? Feel free to message me. I'd be willing to help as soon as I see your message. Pasensya na kasi kami ni Ma'am Dine are members of the Printing Press Committee. The Balhagan Center is the printing press of the Dingli National High School. Kami yung nagsusort ng nagsusort ng pieces of paper na re-reproduce in all subjects sa lahat ng schools sa Dingle. So, medyo busy yung daily routine namin. So, kaya medyo delay yung mga kagaya nito yung videos natin. So, pasensya na. I hope you bear with us, but we will try our best, okay, to help you in whatever way we can. All right? So, thank you for watching this video. I hope this helps. Have a great day. Enjoy working. Bye.